We're going to be covering a number of different topics in this session. It's quite diverse, but it progresses in terms of the level of technical detail and its focus on technology architecture the further we get into the session. So if any of you are listening in more so to get an overview of cloud computing and more of a high-level understanding, you may want to drop off toward the more technical topics in the latter half of the session, just because it does get more and more involved in those areas. And before we conclude, the talk itself is split into 4 parts. The first part is an overview. It's called Cloud Computing 101, and we basically just cover some fundamental areas of cloud computing, why it's become relevant, and especially why it's more and more important to understand its relevancy within the IT community, and how it's basically redefining vast areas of IT industry, and how that basically infiltrates many different areas of what we as IT professionals have been doing. It affects our decision making, it affects our options, and it affects our approach to building solutions more and more so. And so after we cover that, in part 2, we discuss some fundamental terminology and concepts related to cloud computing, and that sets the stage for a discussion of contemporary technologies and technology mechanisms. Now, in this particular section, the focus is on a vendor-neutral representation of technologies, meaning in this session, we do not talk about what Microsoft or Google or Amazon or Salesforce or Rackspace are doing in the industry. There are many sessions out there that will give you that information that are much more commercially oriented and product specific. And this session, I'll just skip over here, is derived from a book that I just finished, which actually just got published this week, and which is being launched in New York in a few weeks at the Cloud Expo. And this is the first real comprehensive academic treatment of cloud computing. Many of the other titles that have been released in the industry have focused more on the commercial aspects. In this book, I teamed up with 2 university professors to really abstract what is the concrete side of cloud computing, the models, the architecture layers, the definitions, the platforms, and how all these well-defined parts are assembled and exist as cloud computing environments, and how many of them represent moving parts that are comprised to form different types of cloud technology architectures. So again, if you are looking for more of a commercial centric view of cloud computing and with discussion of what vendors are doing in that space, this is not the session for you. This is really about an academic understanding of cloud computing aligned with the industry, but strictly vendor neutral, so as to provide you with real clarity as to what cloud computing exists as today, which is a really solid foundation from to then learn about what the vendors are doing, because that way your view of cloud computing is not unnecessarily skewed by what different vendors and cloud providers are doing, because there's still a lot of proprietary platforms and technologies within the cloud industry, and again, it's good to understand the common areas of cloud environments before making decisions as to what direction to go in. So this book, I haven't yet seen it. I'm expecting a copy in the next few days. This, in fact, is the first time I'm talking about the book, and my publisher, Prentice Hall, very much pushed for me to take advantage of this session to highlight the book because of the upcoming book launch. I know that originally we had a different session planned, And we can still try to address some areas of that original session after I finish here, especially in relation to SOA, because there is a great deal of synergy between cloud computing and SOA that is worth understanding. But again, if you were at all inconvenienced by this last-minute change in topic, then I do apologize, but it was something that was somewhat out of my control. So I also, just before I move on into the session, this book launch on June 11th in New York at Cloud Expo. If any of you would like to attend, the way Cloud Expo works is that any of the exhibitors can invite people for free. So all of you, of course, if you contact me, I can put you in touch with somebody that can get you a pass, and you can attend the event at no charge if you happen to be in the area. So let's get into it. Here we have just some basic areas that are worth touching upon, especially if you're new to cloud computing or if you have looked at or learned a bit about cloud computing but are still uncertain as to exactly how or where it fits into IT, and again, its relevance to what we as IT professionals do, and that it's a revelation when we learn more about this, because it really does touch upon all areas of the solution delivery lifecycle, from planning all the way down to development, testing, deployment, administration, and the evolution of our systems themselves. They're all impacted, and they're all augmented when we decide to incorporate cloud environments into how the solutions are designed and how they're then hosted and how they're then maintained at runtime. So here first is a simple definition of cloud computing. The definition itself is an elaboration of the NIST definition, which is something that's covered early on in the book. There are different definitions that have been floating around for a few years, and there's a bit of a history that we put together which leads to this as being the contemporary definition that best captures what cloud computing is. And the key words there, I'll just read this out briefly. Cloud computing is a specialized form of distributed computing that introduces utilization models for remotely provisioning scalable and measured IT resources. So the key words there are remote, scalable, and measured. Cloud environment is a remote environment. It's an environment that sits outside of our premises, our in-house premises, a term used to refer to an environment that resides in those premises that is not in the cloud, is on-premise. That's a term we use a lot, and that term is used, when we do have cloud-hosted IT resources, so that we can distinguish from those. And so one of the, although pretty much all cloud environments rely on internet technology, it's actually not a core requirement to a cloud. The requirement is that it be remote and that it be inherently scalable. Scalability is something we'll talk about separately in the concepts part. And then it be measured. So the measuring of IT resource usage is a key aspect of clouds, in that one of the fundamental benefits of adopting cloud computing is a model whereby we only, instead of owning IT resources that we have to maintain to facilitate peak usage, we instead can lease them and only be charged for actual usage, which can dramatically improve the economics of IT. And that's something I'll also